Hello dear subscribers and viewers, thanks for being here. In this video, I am going to explain about UGC NET JRF exam. This video will be helpful for aspirants of UGC NET JRF exam. Many of you know about UGC NET exam and some of you may have already cleared the NET exam and writing again to clear the JRF cutoff. And some of you are not aware of the NET exam. So I am going to give a overview of NET exam and cutoff as well as difference between UGC NET cutoff and JRF cutoff and so on. This exam is also called as NTA NET exam because this exam has been conducted by NTA, National Testing Agency. So to start this video, let us go to the NTA NET website. Go to Google and type NTA NET. This is the website ugcnet.nta.nic.in. This is the information bulletin. This is nothing but the notification of UGC NET. This is the information bulletin for June 2020 exam. Let us go to the contents of this notification. Yes, University Grants Commission National Eligibility Test. Government of India has established National Testing Agency to conduct exams like National Eligibility Test. University Grants Commission National Eligibility Test is a test to determine the eligibility of Indian nationals for assistant professors and junior research fellows in Indian universities and colleges. So UGC NET exam is considered as the criteria for appointment of assistant professors in Indian universities and colleges. And from June 2020, fellowships like National Fellowship for Scheduled Students, National Fellowship for Other Backward Classes and Maulana Azad National Fellowship for Minority Candidates has been updated on the basis of UGC NET exam. So, to avail any of these fellowships, you need to clear UGC NET exam from June 2020. The NET exam shall be conducted in subjects given at Annexure 3 and in select centers in Annexure 1. The mode of examination is computer based exam. And the exam pattern, the test will consist of two papers. Both the papers will consist of objective type multiple choice questions. There will be no break between the papers. That is, there is no any kind of interval between the two papers. This is the exam pattern. Paper 1, 50 questions, 100 marks. Each question carries 2 marks. Similarly, paper 2, 100 questions, 200 marks. Each question carries 2 marks. And the paper 1 tends to assess the teaching research aptitude of the candidate. It will be primarily designed to test reasoning, reading comprehension, divergent thinking and general awareness. And the second paper is completely based on subject you are choosing. The subject is nothing but your master's degree subject. This will consist of domain knowledge of the subject. And total duration of the exam is 3 hours, that is 180 minutes without any break. There will be no break between paper 1 and paper 2. And each question carries 2 marks and there is no negative marking. The subject and syllabus of test. To know the subject and syllabus of test, click on this website. This is the UGC NET online website. In this website, you will find the syllabus of all the subjects. And the first one is paper 1. This is called general paper on teaching and research aptitude. If you select English, paper 1 syllabus will be downloaded. Similarly, for paper 2, if I want to download the management subject, that is paper 2, I go to code number 17, that is management, select download. This is syllabus for management subject, that is paper 2 of management subject. Paper 1 is common for everyone. Let us go back to the notification. Schedule of examination. This is the timings of shift 1 and shift 2. There will be 2 shifts. Either you will get shift 1 or shift 2. In shift 1, the timings will be like this, from 9:30 to 12:30, 3 hours. And for second shift, that is 2:30 to 5:30. For entering the exam, there will be a cutoff like 8:45 to 9 or 1:45 to 2. Some important instructions are there. The eligibility of assistant professor or JRF and assistant professor will depend on the performance of the candidate in both the papers. So there is no separate cutoff for paper 1 or paper 2. It will be taken as aggregate of both. However, the candidate qualifying exclusively for assistant professor will not be considered for the award of JRF. So those who have qualified only for assistant professor will not be considered for JRF. Candidates who qualify the test for eligibility of assistant professor will be governed by the rules of regulations of assistant professor of the concerned university, state government, as the case may be. And candidates who qualify JRF are eligible to pursue research in the subject of their post graduation or in a related subject and are also eligible for assistant professor. So if you get a JRF cutoff, then you are eligible for assistant professor as well as you are eligible to pursue research in the subject domain. The universities, institutions, IITs and other national institutes may select the JRF awardees for full-time research work. What is JRF? Candidates qualifying for the award of JRF will be eligible to receive fellowship of UGC under various streams. The validity period of the offer will be 3 years, that is with effect from date of issue of JRF award letter. However, for those who have already joined PhD, the date of commencement fellowship shall be from the date of declaration of net result or date of joining their PhD, whichever is later. To know about the fellowship amount of JRF, go to UGC website. This is the revision of amount of fellowship from January 1st, 2019, that is 31,000 for JRF and 35,000 for SRF. And the house rent allowance will be 8%, 16% and 25% as per Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. To know total amount of fellowship, this is the table. JRF 31,000, HRA if it is 8%, Tier 3 city, then total amount will be this. For Tier 2 cities, HRA will be 4,900 and for Tier 1 city, this is the total amount for JRF. Similarly, a JRF awardee will be converted into SRF after 2 years of JRF fellowship. Then the SRF amount will be 35,000. By including these slab rates for HRA, the total amount will be like this. Let's go back to the notification. And for national fellowships, like National Fellowship for Scheduled Caste students, National Fellowship for OBC and Maulana Azad National Fellowship for minority students, they should qualify in UGC NET exam. And next is eligibility criteria. To be eligible to write the NET exam, the candidate should have secured at least 55% in his PG subject, in his master's degree. If he belongs to any of the OBC or SC or ST categories or PW or transgender category, then they should possess at least 50% in their master's degree. Candidates who are still pursuing their master's degree can also write the UGC NET exam, but shall be considered eligible for award of JRF or assistant professor only after they have passed their master's degree with at least 55% and 50% as per the reservations. The candidates must complete their master's degree within 2 years from the date of net result and with required percentage of mark. Similarly, transgender category will also be eligible to draw the same relaxations in fee as per SC, ST and PW categories. And the PhD degree holders whose masters has been completed before 1991, they will get a 5% relaxation and they need 50% in their PG. And age limit and relaxation. For JRF, age limit is 30 years as per the notification date. And there will be relaxation of 5 years for OBC, SC, ST, PWD and transgender. And this 5 years relaxation is also applicable to women candidates. Irrespective of any other reservations, a woman candidate will get 5 years relaxation for JRF. And there is a 3 years relaxation for candidates with LLM degree. And there is a relaxation of 5 years for those who have served in armed forces. And the total age relaxation should not exceed 5 years. For assistant professor, there is no upper age limit. And exemption of NET exam. NET exam is minimum eligibility condition for recruitment of assistant professors in universities, colleges and institutions. But the candidates who have passed the UGC JRF exam prior to 1989 are exempted from appearing in NET exam. for state eligibility test candidates. The candidates who have cleared the state eligibility test before 2002 are exempted from NET exam. And for the candidates who have cleared state eligibility test after 2002, they are eligible to apply for the post of assistant professor only in the universities or colleges situated in state from where they have cleared the state eligibility test. Display of provisional answer key. The NTA will display the provisional answer key to give an option to challenge the provisional answer key. The keys are likely to display for 2 or 3 days. The candidates will be given an opportunity to challenge the key by paying an amount of 1000 rupees per question. After that, NTA will take decision on final keys and results will be declared on the basis of final answer keys. There will be no revaluation or rechecking of result. What is the procedure for declaration of results? The number of candidates qualified or 6% of the candidates appeared in both papers of NET exam. In order to consider for JRF and assistant professor or assistant professor, the candidates should get at least 40% average in both the papers taken together for general and 35% average for the reserved categories. This is the criteria given for deciding the JRF candidates. To make it simple, suppose this is the list of people who have applied for both JRF and NET. In this list, merit will be allocated for JRF candidates. This JRF merit will be based on the number of slots available for each category, and the remaining people come under only NET qualified. So these people will get two certificates, both NET and JRF, whereas these people will get only NET certificate. This is the difference between UGC NET and JRF. And those who qualified only for UGC NET exam, they are eligible for assistant professors. And those who qualified in this list, both JRF and NET, these people are eligible to get JRF as well as assistant professors. This is the major difference between UGC NET cutoff and JRF cutoff. To understand more about NET cutoff and JRF cutoff, let us go to the NTA website. In NTA website, I will check the last year results 2019 and I go to the 2019 cutoff. This is the 2019 cutoff. Here if you check economic subject, JRF and assistant professor cutoff is 74.67, whereas only UGC NET assistant professor cutoff is 65.33. And number of candidates qualified for UGC NET assistant professor is 1074, whereas for JRF it is just 94 candidates. This is how a JRF cutoff and assistant professor cutoff differs. Let us go back to the notification. Now I will show you how the NET and JRF certificates look like. This is UGC NET assistant professor certificate, and this is UGC NET JRF award letter. This is the subject name and the date of result. Let me show you a brief view about paper 1 and paper 2 syllabus. This is paper 1. In paper 1 we have teaching aptitude, research aptitude, English comprehension, communication, reasoning and aptitude, logical reasoning, data interpretation, and ICT and people and environment, higher education system. These 10 units are coming under paper 1 syllabus. Similarly, in paper 2, suppose I take a subject management, they have divided the topics into units and the number of units are 10 units. You will get 100 questions from paper 2 and you will get 50 questions from paper 1. Total you have to attempt 150 questions, and the total marks will be 150 into 2, 300 marks. That's it with this video. I hope I have given a brief view about this UGC NET exam. If you are preparing for UGC NET exam, please subscribe this channel and add this playlist to your YouTube playlist for further updates on UGC NET exam. My next video will be on tips on clearing the UGC NET or JRF exam. See you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.